Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Welcome to the Guitar Podcast. Ariel Posen, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. And, well, let's get right to the point. We're here to talk about your new guitar. And it's not just a new guitar, it's a signature guitar.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, the Ariel Posen limited signature Strat custom shop. Super exciting. Yeah.
Yes, and it's a beautiful guitar. You've been playing this for a while, right?
Yeah, I've been playing the prototype for the better part of almost a year. I got it almost a year ago and started, letting it be seen out in the wild, live and on the internet. And yeah, you know how it goes with a prototype. It's meant to find out what you like, find out what you don't like, iron out the kinks, and get used to it. And it's been hard this has been 2.5 years in the making, and from inception. And it's been really hard just having to play this guitar. Well, no, of course it's not been hard, but you know what I mean? It's been funny to have to just be just saying that it's a custom shop guitar, which is not a lie.
No.
It's true.
Yeah.
But I feel free now that I can actually be completely honest about what it is,
So how did this collaboration start? I guess it was probably earlier than 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, well, my relationship with the Fender folks has been already officially about 7 years. Great people. I've done a lot of work with them on and off, and they've been supportive and allies. I don't like the term endorsements. I don't like any of that terminology. It's been a relationship, and that's how I feel about all the other companies that I have a relationship with. It's more than an endorsement. It's truly it's a family, friends, helping each other relationship. Anyways, it's been a while with them, and I was talking to my friend Steven over at Fender, and I was wanting to experiment. Simply I wanted to, I was really digging my Jazzmaster.
Because that is a custom shop Jazzmaster, the blue one, right?
That's right. It's a custom shop, and I love it. I love that guitar. But I was experimenting. I was coming to terms with reality that I'm really a Strat guy. And I had this idea of wanting to kind of take all the things I love from a Strat and take all the things I love from a Jazzmaster, specifically my Jazzmaster, and kind of combine them into a Strat, because ergonomically how a Strat feels is like home base for me. Mm-hmm. I just prefer it. And I don't love 3 single coil pickups. Whenever I play a Strat with 3 single coils, standard setup, it's iconic, but I just feel like I don't play like myself. I always just I feel like I want to be the Wish.com version of Stevie Ray Vaughan or something like that. You know what I mean? It's not.
I know exactly.
You go on the neck pickup or the 4th position. You're just I just need to do the thing that's not really me, but
yes, I know exactly.
so I've and playing the mules a lot. I've realized that it's Strat style body and
it's home base.
2 pickups, volume, tone. It's home base. It's just what connects with me the most. And by the way, nothing changes. I'm the mule. That's a baritone guitar, so I still will be playing that as much, and all the other stuff. I'll be playing all the other stuff regular programming. But I realized that I was really into how the Jazzmaster is, the 2 pickups with the 1 volume, 1 tone, similar to the other guitars. So I was hey, I'd love to experiment and try a Strat style guitar with 2 pickups. I don't know what kind of pickups, but like I love these Harmony cupcake knobs because of the grip, and they look cool. But like being as I'm such a volume guy, I wanted to throw those on, and I never used the second tone knob. So
is it these ones? Or no? No, these are different.
Nope, that's a different one.
That's a different one.
It's you'll see it when I show you it, I guess. But yeah, I never used the second tone knob on a Strat. So I was like, that's where I like to have my pickup switch. And the discussion was like, this is all a really cool idea. What if we did a signature? And I was like, what? Really? It's not something I ever, I don't know. It's,
no, it's the stuff you read about in Guitar World.
Yeah. I never expected that. So it started with just experimentation, and I tried some gold foil pickups and whatnot, because like at first I knew what humbuckers sound like. I knew what mini humbuckers sound like. I was like, let me try these gold foils. But like every time I tried a different configuration of gold foils, they sound great, but it just like it gives Cootercaster the whole time. Like
yes,
every time, like it's synonymous with him. So I didn't want to do that, especially if I'm doing a signature. I want to do something original and something that's me rather than him.
So Mule, is it 2 humbuckers or a humbucker and a single coil?
They're 2 mini humbuckers.
All right,
and they're pickups that Matt's done, or he has them done himself. So they're like it's not another pickup company that does them. It's his thing. And those sound great. Those are like low output. They sound really great. Funny thing with that guitar, like I've never really played one that isn't strung like a baritone. So like hearing those pickups in a standard tune configuration, I've never even played it or heard it like that. So like I only associate it with that. So since this guitar in my head was going to be standard tune, this is going to be open tune. So I could go to B standard, I guess, or like open D or C or whatever. I wanted it to like find the perfect pickup configuration that could handle all those things and like wasn't too heavy, as in like humbuckers are like God mode, right? It's like too much.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be too thin like Strat single coils. So a lot of back and forth after I tried a couple configurations, and Tim Shaw, who works at Fender, who's a legend and a fantastic guru when it comes to sounds and pickups, we started talking, and I started explaining kind of the sound I was going for. I was like, I really love low output pickups, but I don't want like a really thin single coil. I love like what a Jazzmaster neck pickup sounds like, but I don't love a Jazzmaster bridge pickup, and I don't love like a Strat bridge pickup, and I don't want it to be like a humbucker in the bridge. So he was like, what about a P90? And I was like, you know what? For years, I have been kind of anti P90.
Yeah.
I think I remember when I was younger, I had a LP Special and a couple other guitars with P90s, and I always found them muddy, and it just didn't connect with me. So I wanted to try it again. So we tried a P90 in the bridge, and he said, well, if you love the Jazzmaster pickup so much, why don't we do the Jazzmaster in the neck? And I was like, that's genius, because I always felt like the Jazzmaster neck pickup sounds a bit more open, and at least to me, nicer than the Strat neck pickup for like the way I play and the way that I like to hear things. And together, the idea was that they'd play well together. So they took the spec from my Jazzmaster. This is the best thing about working with basically any guitar company that's organized. You just give them the serial number, and they pull it up, and they see exactly kind of what was going down for that pickup or that neck, which is another thing that we did. And they did that. So kind of right at the gate, that first prototype, they nailed it. There was no changes, just that P90 in the bridge and the Jazzmaster neck is like the perfect combination of think Strat, but more output, but not too much where it feels like a super Strat. It's nothing like that. It's just like more of a usable all around sound in my opinion.
It's a really cool idea because you don't usually think about P90 pickups when you think about a Strat.
Yes.
Or a Jazzmaster pickup. So it makes it unique and your own thing, kind of.
Exactly. And that's when I started getting really excited, because it was like, okay, this feels like something untapped, like I haven't seen before, or I haven't seen anyone else do. And you know, then the conversation comes up with like the cosmetic and like, how's this going to look? This is going to look really weird. And, you know, Tim being like, well, I could just put the JM neck pickup in a P90 or a soap bar housing, you know? So I was like, oh, amazing. So that got rid of that issue. So yeah, the pickups, honestly, like everything was kind of nailed the first time. The only things that had some tweaking were just a little bit of cosmetic things here and there, but the core value, not the core value, but the core elements rather, were there. So like the pickups, the knobs, the hard-tailed Strat, so no whammy bar, you know, and the neck. The neck is a big thing because this guitar is based off of my two favorite Fenders that I have is that Jazzmaster and my Strat. It's like a 68 custom shop Strat that I got. I've had it for like 15 years. And the neck on that Strat is just like the best neck I've ever had. So when the Jazzmaster was built, I said, I want that neck on the Jazzmaster. And again, you know, organized. You just pull up the serial and they do that. So then for this guitar, I was like, I want the same neck on this. It has to be.
So if with the serial number, it's like they can see exact measurements and radius and all that.
All that stuff. Because I'm not a very detail oriented guy. I don't know. Now I know it's like a 69 U shape something. I didn't know that at the time. I just said it's the neck on my Strat that I like. Let's do that.
You have a red guitar with like was that also part of the before you settled on these pickups and the blue color, and because that one has
exactly
is that gold foil and lap steel pickup or something like that?
Yeah, the red one is just, first of all, that's just like an American vintage that I bought. So like I wanted to experiment.
Yeah.
And it's like a diamond in the neck and a standard gold foil in the bridge with the cupcake knobs and like the pickup switch where I like it. That was the inaugural kind of like before prototype stage. That was just like this is what I'm kind of basing my whole idea about this guitar on. So let me just try it on a guitar like this. And I played, that was built about almost 2.5 years ago. So like I played that a lot. I took it on the Tom Jones tour. I took it on like all the Scary Pockets stuff because it was just a standard tune guitar. It wasn't something that was suiting an AP show, just due to the nature that I only travel with 2 guitars because I don't have cartage or someone else to take a bunch of guitars for me. So that was the first time where it was like, okay, I think this setup is cool, and people reacted to it. But again, a lot of the reaction was like, oh, I love that Cooter caster. What's the? And I was like, oh yeah, right. I don't want to. And I didn't like the pickups sound great, but I didn't love it enough to like just like sacrifice or like decide, yeah, you know what, it's a Cooter caster kind of thing, but it just sounds so good that this is what I need to go with. I didn't have that feeling. No. Like, they sound great, but I felt like there was a lot more road to travel and figure out like the sonic space that I wanted it to live in. If that makes sense.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, and then you got the blue one with the right pickups and the...
Yeah, that was the official first prototype. That was like, when we decided on the color, all like the cosmetic details and all the other details as well. And I got to say, like, it's... I have been offered the option. I'm so grateful. It's definitely a privilege. I have been offered signature guitars before from other folks, and a lot of the time it was just something like, "Hey, pick a model that you like, and and pick a color, and we'll do a special color," and and it's like, "Thank you so much. It's an absolute honor that you're asking me this," but like that doesn't feel signature to me at all because
No,
I
not
really
if it's
want
an existing thing.
Not if it's an existing thing. And obviously a Strat is an existing thing. It's like the most iconic guitar. However, it is a guitar that I use and have used my whole life. So the fact that I could have literally said, I want a picture of your dog, Stella, on the front, they would do that.
Yeah.
Seriously, Yeah. And I want my, like, the pickup to be that, like, it doesn't matter. Like, the sky was a limit, which was very cool. I'm a very simple guy. Like, I don't need a lot of details. And I've always been the same way with all types of equipment. So amps, pedals, guitars, like, if there's too much going on, I kind of, I don't like that. I shy away. Yeah. I just want to turn an amp on and it sounds amazing immediately. I want to kick on a pedal, and if it doesn't sound amazing, it's just one little thing that I don't need 1,000 switches. And for a guitar, if there's 2 dip switches and then a phase inverter and a time machine and
push,
a this
pull,
and a that.
Or a pull, push, or yeah.
Yeah, I kind of check out. Or it's not that I check out, but I don't use any of that. I'm a very simple guy when it comes to that. And if I'm going to do my own, it's not authentic to have all these push pulls and all these phase switches or this or that. They're all cool. And don't get me wrong, I have instruments that do that. But for mine, it was just like, I'm such a set it and forget it kind of guy. I want this to be simple. And honestly, it's cool to have a signature. But I think of some signature guitars like the Eric Johnson Strat, which I love, or
Clapton's, or
I'm trying to even think outside of. I'm just trying to think of other signature instruments. Like, so many great signature guitars don't have anything to do with the artist. Like, I think, like, I wanted to just make a guitar that, yes, people associate it with me because they see me play it, but like, I want anyone to feel like, hey, this could be something useful, I think.
Yeah.
For me, because it's not like, it doesn't have this guy's name on it anywhere. It is his guitar, but it just, it's
yeah.
It's a great guitar.
It's not like having a striped Van Halen-ish guitar. It kind of screams.
That's a great example. Thank you. Yeah.
Van Halen, yeah.
Exactly.
It's very well deserved. So cool, man.
Thank you.
I think you have to show us the guitar now.
Yes. Well, funny you ask. I have it here. Yeah.
And it's a rosewood neck, I guess, and or a maple neck with a rosewood fretboard.
Yeah, it's a U-shaped quarter sawn flame maple neck with a rosewood fingerboard. Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
The neck itself it's officially a 69 U-shaped quarter sawn flame. So as you can see on the back, there's a very slight flame to it. And this is one of the biggest cosmetic changes from the prototype, was that originally I did a matching blue headstock like the Jazzmaster, and I had the exact same kind of roasted maple on the back as the JM, but I feel like it just didn't look as cool on a Strat. That like matching headstock on a Jazzmaster, maybe even a Tele is cool, but it didn't feel right. So I've seen a bunch of other custom shops, and every time I see one, I take a picture. I was seeing a bunch of these like very like dark patina vibe on the headstock, and it was like this very dark maple flame maple thing. So I just wanted to do that. And my Strat has the exact same like shaved this part. Terminology is horrible.
No problem.
But it feels just great. I just, I keep going back to that Eric Johnson Strat. I love that guitar, but that neck is so sticky. I don't.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Like I'm not like this. I'm not a sweaty guitar player, like as in sweaty hands, but I'm always sticking to it, and then you get all that kind of sticky material from it as well.
Yeah,
which is not gross, but it's just kind of annoying. And I just don't have that anymore. It's just super smooth. It just feels great. And I think it looks good too. Yeah, there's a few different ways that like Soap Bar P90 pickups are housed. You see like the classic, no ring around it, just black. You see there is the ring around it. You see the bigger P90s. There's a lot of ways, and I've always dug this way. I feel like it's not one of the popular ones, but to me, it's my favorite look. It's just like a classy look to it.
Yeah.
And originally they were black, like they typically come as black, and just another aesthetic thing. Like we were able to match the knobs. So these are the cupcake knobs we're talking about, obviously.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And as you can see, it's a brown. The pickup covers are brown too, just to match that, which is pretty rad for like the cosmetically, I don't know, cautious people.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
And the body, what is it?
The body's a 2-piece roasted alder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I suck at all things wood, so I'm just asking because if I don't ask, people will yell at me.
No, you're
asking.
right. Yeah, I totally hear you. I'm the same way, but for this one, I kind of had to memorize it.
For sure.
Yeah. So to kind of go through it all, it's a roasted alder body with like a nitrocellulose lacquer finish. So it's a very very light relic, almost no relic, barely any relic. And then flame maple.
Color?
Lake Placid blue.
Lake Placid blue.
Faded Lake Placid blue, which is
okay.
which is the same as the JM. And the thing that's cool about it is it looks a lot different in different lights. So like in certain light, it can be more blue. In certain lights, it can be less blue. In certain lights, it looks a little shiny, like right there.
Yeah,
but in person, it's a lot more. It's very matte.
Yeah,
like
when
dampened.
you tilted it back, it got like a more of a deeper blue kind of.
Yeah, and I find like once you play it and it just like once it exists for a while, it starts to like dampen even more. It gets even less just shiny and new. It gets more just like settled in. At least that's what happened with the Jazzmaster.
Yeah. And do you keep this in standard tuning and something or?
This one is in standard tuning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I really wanted to make sure I have like I have two of them, and I specifically wanted to make sure it could kind of handle both tunings. So the first one, well, not the first one. This one is in standard tuning, and I have one that I tuned to open C. So I could, and I've put that in C sharp standard and open D. I've just like messed around with all of them just to kind of. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like too floppy in low tunings and not too bright in standard tuning. And I feel like it's kind of perfect in all of them.
Awesome.
Like if you wouldn't know, you kind of wouldn't really know the difference.
Yeah.
Unless you really hear like a low D or C, of course, but it's pretty consistent. Like it's warm, but it's like still tight, kind of mid forward and like big and beautiful sounding, but still like fairly low output,
Yeah. And the frets look kind of medium or a little bigger than medium, maybe?
Yeah, they're like Jescar vintage, if that means anything to you. They're just like pretty standard vintage style frets.
Yeah.
60s style, I guess.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
How about hearing some tones?
Ho ho. Sure. So this is just clean right now. That's the bridge pickup. I do have a little slap going. This is the middle. And the neck. So, yeah, it's just... really balanced, just really nice and balanced. If I kick on some overdrive... You want some fuzz? Here's some fuzz.
Always.
Here's the old octave. Yeah, and another really important thing is like there's no treble bleed. I hate treble bleeds.
Yeah.
I was very adamant in not putting a treble bleed. Just when you turn down, I want you to retain like the warmth and like the overall tone. I don't want it to get brighter and thinner. So that was important as well.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess you string that with the 11s or?
Yeah, I got 11 to 54 has always been, at least for the last 12 years, my go-to standard, my standard gauge. But for, baritone or low open tunings, I now have an official Ariel Posen signature string set with string joy.
All right.
Yeah, 14 to 62. For years, all these. I guess once I was always experimenting. For a long time, I was doing 17 to 64 for B standard and stuff like that. So all these shops who were string joy dealers would say, we want the Ariel set. And it wasn't really a set, but they would just request the gauges. So I'm glad that I have gone down since then. Like 14 to 62, I really feel like is the right combo. But I'm happier now that, people can get the actual gauge that's needed.
The signature set, it's 14. What's the second string?
Oh, geez. I don't remember, but I can tell you. This is them.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's a 14, then an 18, and then a wound 26, 38, 50, and a 62. That's the gauge.
And that's the same gauge you use for open C as well?
Yeah, anything lower than D or D
Yeah.
flat, I just do the same, that 14 to 62.
Yeah.
On a standard scale guitar. That's like
Yeah.
the important part, of
Yeah.
course.
Yes.
Yeah, works great. And it just feels like, to me, it feels like 11s, like what I'd normally be playing in standard tuning. It
Yeah.
gives me that same feeling.
Yeah.
If the setup is right, you know?
Yeah. And do you feel the tone has changed much since you've gone down in engaged?
You know what? There's like, just being a
Yeah, yeah.
guitar player, that the heavier you go, there is something there. So anytime you go lighter, there is slightly less of whatever you had going. And while there's like a 3% less like something, I feel like it's more so when you're playing how it feels, you notice it. Like listening, if I gave you a blind test and played like a few samples,
Nobody
I don't
can
think
tell.
I don't think you're going to be able to tell. It's just like, if you're used to it
Yeah.
as the player, it's a mixture of how it feels under your fingers. Therefore,
Mm-hmm.
it tricks your ears into thinking that it sounds the way that it feels. I think it's way too subtle to hear a difference.
Yeah, yeah. And I actually think
Thinner strings.
they have a thing that I really like. It's almost like a compressed thing, or more like a pluck or a different thump when you hit it than a thicker string.
Totally. I like how we're talking about thinner strings while we're talking about 14s, as if that's going lighter. But no, you're right. There is something about just a little bit less tension, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it just spankier when it needs to be.
We have to talk a bit about you have this project, your new duo project with Ash Sone. I don't know if I said his last name correctly, but
Sone.
Ash Sone. Yeah, yeah. How did that come about? I know you toured England, posted some videos of you and him jamming. Was that how it started, or?
So yeah, we've been friends for a number of years. About 7 years. He's played on a lot of my stuff, Downtown EP, Spare Tire, some other bits. And I've played on some of his stuff, some of his original material. We've always just kind of like, it's just fun to collaborate and trade in sessions and stuff like that. And we were, oh, and I should also say that whenever we've played in the UK, if he's around, he's come to a show and we always get him up to sit in, like whether it be one of the songs that he recorded or just something else. Yeah. So we were playing in Cambridge, which is about an hour or so away from him. And so the plan was like, hey, do you want to come to the show and do the thing? And he was like, yes, 100%. And he said, do you have any time? Like, you should come check out the studio, because his studio is at his house. It's like this old windmill. It's like iconic. It's iconic, right? So, we had been talking for years about like, man, it would be fun just to jam in person rather than like over the internet. So I go to his place with Cahill, who's a good friend and also was driving and doing merch and video and photos for us on tour. So we go and we just set up, he's like, should I record? I'm like, hell yeah, why not? And I was like, hey, Cal, do you have your camera here?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. And then I just gave him my phone and we just let it record. And yeah, we just jammed. And what came from it is the record. I think it's just like the Mile End records I've done, which are all improvised. When you don't intend on making a record or intend of having any kind of goal, it feels very natural because you're just in the moment playing it. And that's kind of what happened. So we did that, thought there was some cool stuff, and we're like, let's post a clip of it. And there was like a big reaction to it. Like, people really responded to it. And every time we post a clip, like literally on the drive back to the hotel, Ash already just bounced a mix and sent it to me, and I got it posted like on the drive home. That's how quick it was. and every few weeks I'd post, or like we'd post another clip, and the reaction was always strong. And it was like, man, I think there's something unique here, you know? So we were like, should we just put this out as a record? And we did. And then it was like, should we play a show? Yeah. and the show was so much fun. You know, we're doing another one at the end of August in London. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's just been a really nice, different outlet, you know, for like 365 days a year, 24/7, working on my project, my songs, my logistics, my band, my travel arrange, whatever. You know what I mean? It's all under the Ariel umbrella. To have like a slightly different one that musically, and creatively, most important, like is a departure. That's really refreshing and exciting. And getting to step away just from regular programming for a minute while I'm in down season anyways is really nice. Yeah, it's been so much fun. A lot of fun.
And it's really cool music. And you can tell you guys had a lot of fun. And
oh, thanks, man. I'm glad I hope it comes across that way.
Oh, totally.
It genuinely is.
It sounds really spontaneous and fun.
That's what it is.
Really
you know,
cool,
it really also stemmed, I should say, from these like kick and snare videos I was doing.
Yeah.
So it was like, I kind of like this idea of just playing with simple drums and then building off of that. So like I would play a riff or some kind of thing and he'd start playing and I'd do something and then he'd react to it. And I was like, ooh, that's cool. And then I react to that. And then it's like this conversation. That's, you know, it's what improvisation is.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful thing. So it's fun. Much more to come from that project.
Nice. That's the next show for you guys?
Yep. August 30th, London.
You announced a quite the tour in the States for the fall.
Yep. Yeah. We haven't properly toured in almost 2 years. We've done some, like, since the last record, Reasons Why. So it's the Future Present Tense tour, which I can't say much more about that at the moment, but you can put 2 and 2 together, I think. Yeah, we're going to be all over the U.S., couple Canada dates, and we'll be back in Europe as well, but we haven't announced that yet. But, you know, for all our friends in Sweden, can stay tuned.
You discovered any new fun gear since last time we spoke?
Well, I mean, I've definitely tried a bunch of amazing stuff. I've since we last spoke, I kind of swear by this Chroma console. Yeah, I mean, it lives in the world of like an H9 or a Poly Digit or Bebo, I think it's called now. Multi-effects unit, and it's just so good. It does so many things so well. And they just finally released a software update where initially I was using it. I have it on a new board that's for live, and every time you'd hit a preset on the Morningstar, there'd be a slight delay when the effect comes up. So they just released an update to the firmware where it's immediate now. So
it like loads instantly.
So it's like, it's the best now.
Cool.
I'm also, from a friend I've had in possession, just borrowing for a while, this, like, I don't know what year, but it's a 80s Marshall Silver Jubilee, which is an amp I've never had any experience with. I'm not used to any kind of Marshall amp. I'm such a Fender style amp guy. So that's been fun. It's been interesting. Been using it on a lot of records and sessions just as an alternate sound. It's so different. And I don't even think I'm using it correctly. I'm trying to get it as clean as possible, even though that's not what it does, you know?
No, but I have a friend of mine who uses a silver Jubilee as a pedal platform. It works great.
Yeah, maybe I just need to turn it down more. I can never seem to get it as clean as I want it to. But it's amazing. Yeah. So I mean, you know, a lot of great A lot of great gear. Here I am looking around as if
Yeah.
I'm going to see something new, but
You,
I'm
you
really a
still
set it.
you still have the H90 on your touring board, or you're using the H9?
Funny enough, yes, I still have the H90 on like that bigger board that I did the pedal show with back in
Mm-hmm.
October, but I haven't toured with it actually since that tour because mainly because we haven't toured much, and I've tried this smaller setup with which has some different pedals that may or may not be needed for some newer material that we're playing.
All right.
So like stuff like it's really the Chroma console and the Chase Bliss Lossy that I've been using lately. So either I need to go back to the drawing board of the bigger board. I should just do that actually. Yeah. I
Yeah.
should do that. But yes, I do still have the H90 on the big board. To be honest though, I think I really struggle on using it, and I love the simplicity of the H90, and I thought I would be using more than one or two presets, and I just end up using it exactly almost the
Like
way
the
I used it
H9.
before. Yeah, with the exception of one preset. You're using it too, right?
Yep.
So how are you finding it?
Uh, I'd have to say that I'm mostly using one algorithm at a time. I have a few sounds with two. I made some nice ones with reverb and delay in parallel instead of series.
Ooh, you have to send me that
That's
preset.
really nice. I will.
Trade you presets or
Yeah. No, that's actually I got like maybe 4 presets like that. Two that are song specific, and then other just atmospheric soundscapey stuff. But that works really nice because you can have a really long delay tail that doesn't get killed by like a big hole or something like that, or a black hole or so.
right.
But
Otherwise what?
I'm mostly on one algorithm at a time.
But the app doesn't work still on the H90, right?
I just hook up my computer when I want to do shit. So
Not that I'm trying to, not that we're trying to like talk down about the H90.
no, I love it.
I love it. H9 is iconic for me. Some of those
Me too.
presets I've had, they're just too good not to use. So like I said, I'm a simple guy, and like the H9 with the app is super simple and intuitive to like make a preset. If it starts getting more complex, that's when I start to struggle or tune out a bit. So it's just my own flaws, really, not being as technically savvy as I should be.
No, but
you know?
On the other hand, for me at least, it's I kind of like the I've been liking it since the H9, the kind of set and forget it thing that you can't just bend down and tweak everything, because it kind of makes me focus more on playing than thinking that I should maybe increase the blah blah blah
Right.
2 millimeters. I'm not going to take up your whole day here, but thank you so much for taking the time to talk about your new guitar and some other cool projects and whatnot.
Man, thank you so much for having me, and congrats on the new pod. Yeah.
Now people can watch us.
Yeah, I can see your beautiful face instead of just hearing you.
Yeah. Talk to you soon.
You bet, man. Thank you.
Thank you.